Hey guys, it's Jimmy8304 here, and today we're taking a look at another Ninjago Summer 2026 set. This is set 71864 Kai and Cole's Combiner Vehicles. This has 394 pieces, 3 minifigs, will release for $40 in the US on August 1st. I bought this early from overseas. We're going to take a look at this one today. It's actually better than you might think it is. I really enjoyed the build for this one. It also has one of my favorite stickers on a LEGO set ever. So we'll get into that. We'll take a look at Kai's buggy first. Starting with Kai's buggy, it is built up very nicely in my opinion. I think the color scheme here works really well. It's a color scheme that Kai has used many times before. I think this looks really good. The front bumper is built up really nicely. You can also angle this slightly if you want, even though it will keep the wheels off the ground if you do that. But it does look pretty nice built up with those side weapon pieces that are pretty common in the Ninjago theme. It does have a few stickers up at the front, and I think they do add some very nice detail. You could leave them off if you don't want them, but I think they look good, in my opinion. Spinning this around to the other side, it is mostly symmetrical on both sides. We'll get into the asymmetricalness of it here in a little bit, but it does look really nice. It does have a forward rake to it, so it is going to be leaning forward at most times. There is a little steering wheel in there for Kai, nothing else. You can open up the roll cage here and fit Kai in. There is no place to hold his weapon, unfortunately. That's the one thing I dislike about this set. It doesn't have a spot for Kai and Cole's weapons, but other than that, it's pretty solid. Now we'll get into the back part of this. It has a tile shooter, stud shooter. You can spin this around 360 degrees. You can also angle them up and down slightly if you so choose. And then my favorite sticker on a Ninjago set, probably ever, is this one. So, from the top you see Kai and Cole symbols. Cole's symbol is upside down. But when you take the tile off and flip it around, you have Cole's symbol at the top with a little mountain forming underneath. And then the opposite, you have a fire forming underneath of Kai's symbol. It's one of those like reversible style stickers, and I think it's one of the coolest stickers I've ever seen in a Ninjago set. I think it's absolutely incredible, and probably my favorite part of the set, even though I really like the set for what it is at face value. Anyway, back to the rest of the build. There is a little bit of engine built up back here, which will be swapped out between the two vehicles, hence the combiner vehicles part of the video. And just same thing on the other side, a couple exhaust thrusts at the back here. They look pretty good. The wheels are built up very nicely. They are rubber with the plastic wheel insert. So I think they look pretty nice. I think this is pretty good, and you can fit your Kai minifig in the cockpit area there, which is always good. Cole's bike is much simpler than designs that he has had previously. We know him for having the blaster bike in 2015 and his dirt bike in 2019. This one is much simpler than both of them. There's not too many stickers. I think it could have used a sticker on either side here, but it's not too bad without them. I think it looks just fine. Then we have the sticker at the front with his letter symbol thing there, and just some like engine detailing at the back right here, which I think looks pretty good. He does have a spot to hold on to, and with the handlebars, there is no printed control panel or sticker or anything like that for the Ninja in either vehicle, which is a little unfortunate, but I understand why they didn't. The handlebars and steering wheel work just fine. There are a lot of blades on this bike. You have 2 at the front, which I think look pretty nice. And you have these 2 at the back for the thrusters, and they look pretty nice as well. And as I mentioned earlier with that sticker, you can swap it around, and then you can put it on Cole's dirt bike, or when you switch back halves of the vehicle, then it could be there as well. The vehicles are built up pretty seamlessly, in my opinion, without knowing that there's a hidden play feature within them. So bringing them back into frame, we'll just disassemble the vehicles here, and I'll show you exactly how the play feature works. So you disassemble the front half and back half of Cole's bike, and then you do the same thing for Kai's. They're built up almost the exact same way, same concept with an ingot piece and like a half tile, and then you can just swap the other parts around, just like that, and there you go. You have 2 different vehicles. I wonder how this will play out in the show. But I do think both of these vehicles look pretty good by themselves. I prefer the original states of the vehicles, in my opinion. I think they look better. But this is definitely a nice look if this is something you are looking for. And then to turn them back to their regular vehicles, it's as simple as doing the exact same thing Just unclipping and then reattaching just like that. And again, it is fairly seamless, so you would never know that there's something that comes apart on this set. The two Ninja minifigs in the set are obviously Kai and Cole. Neither of them are exclusive. You can get them in other sets from the January wave. But overall, these figures do look really good. I love the dragon scaling design on each of their torsos with the dragon crest symbol printed on there. The gold printing just looks really good, especially on the black and the red for Cole and Kai respectively. I think each of these figures look really good. They do have that nice toe printing as well for the dragon claws when they are in dragon form. And then that armor piece is new for 2026, not summer, but just new for the year in general. And I do think it looks really good. It is a nice armor piece in my opinion. As for their face prints, they are the standard ones that we've seen for a few years at this point. And spinning them around to the back, we have their alternate one with their more happier expression. And their back torso printing looks really nice as well with the gold printing there, just continuing that dragon scaling design. I think these two figures look really good. I really like these suits in general. The other minifig in the set is the Ice Monster, who also appears in one of the other sets from this summer. So he is not exclusive to this set, but he does look really cool in my opinion. I love the dual molding of the white and translite blue. I think it looks absolutely incredible. His little weapon, icicle staff thing, is built up very nicely. He has mid-legs, which is very uncommon for Ninjago minifigs. This is one of the first times that we've seen them. Not the first, but one of the first times that we've seen mid-legs on a Ninjago figure. Spinning him around to the back, you see he does have some torso printing under there, which we'll take a look at here in just a second and get a better look at his head mold. But I think this figure does look really good. So we'll take a look at his torso printing first before we look at the actual head mold itself. You see it has a very nice white and regular blue printed pattern on it. It also has a nice detail on the hips and going down into the legs, which I think is nice. Unnecessary, but it definitely is very nice to have in this set. Spinning him around to the back, we get a better look at his torso print back there. And I think, again, it looks pretty good. So the way the Ice Monster's head mold works, it just slides over the torso from this point. I originally thought it might go here because it is hollow right under here. But no, it goes right in the middle where these like shoulder pads are. So I think it looks really cool, and it's definitely a really nice piece to have in your collection if you're into this set. So in conclusion here, for $40, I think this set is very well worth it in my opinion. I think it has good play features. It doesn't do a whole lot aside from the transforming feature, but I think that is enough to have kids really enjoy this set, and I think they will like this one, especially if they're fans of Kai or Cole like myself. The Ice Monster is also a nice minifig to get in for collectors instead of having to buy a more expensive set being Wildfire's Dragon, but I think the set does its job, and I would give it an 8.5 out of 10, maybe closer to a 9. The only thing I could think I would want to do different is maybe a couple stickers on each of the sides of the bike and car, just like a little bit more detail. But who knows? This might be show accurate, so there might not be any detail there. So it could be perfectly right. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about this set in the comment section down below. With that, I will see you guys in the next video. This is Jimblade8304, signing off. Bye.